This video takes us along the shallow section of Gadd's Wall, a 230-foot vertical rock face near the entrance of the eastern arm. It's one of the most iconic cold water diving sites in Canada, known for the colorful mix of Arctic and boreal species that live here. At the start of the clip, the ROV is about 50 feet deep. You can see clusters of soft corals attached directly to the vertical rock, looking almost as if they're hanging upside down. These corals thrive in places with steady currents, and Gadd's Wall provides exactly that. As the ROV moves along the wall, sponges begin to appear. They're difficult to identify from video alone, but many of the ones in this area are likely flabellate sponges. Sponges filter huge amounts of water and create habitats for small vertebrates that live in and around their structure. Around the 1.5 minute mark, you'll notice many retracted anemones tucked tightly against the rock. These are called frilled anemones and are also known as Metridium senile. When they're open, they form large, delicate crowns, but when currents are strong or when they're disturbed, they pull in their tentacles and take on a smooth shape. They anchor themselves to cracks and ledges where they can feed when the conditions are just right. As the ROV moves shallower, the color of the wall begins to shift. The water becomes brighter as sunlight starts to penetrate more, and the community changes with that. Have you noticed the small fish circling the ROV? They're known as cunners and are common in the shallower parts of Bonne Bay, and they very often gather around the ROV when it's in the water. Moving upwards, the wall transitions from an invertebrate-dominated community to one shaped by seaweeds. You'll see mussels covered in algae, patches of filamentous seaweed, and encrusting sponges that form colorful layers across the rock. These shallow areas are dynamic, shaped by the waves, the light, and the seasonal changes in temperature. Near the end of the clip, the ROV passes a cushion sponge with small projections surrounded by a mix of kelps and other seaweeds. This upper zone is full of life. Juvenile fish shelter among the kelp, snails, and small crustaceans that graze on the algae, and the seaweeds themselves form the foundation of the shallow water food web.